She's known for her great love and devotion, the poster child for sacrificial love. But did she really exist? You might know her as the Lady in Black. Well, hello, my spooky friends. Yeah, we're doing a romantic story, and if you notice, Miss Scarlet has come back to visit. She hasn't been here since last All Hallows Eve when they pulled some shenanigans. If you're new to this channel and you didn't see last Halloween, you're missing out. Anyway, in light of their reunion, I thought I would tell you the legend of the Lady in Black. Now, people swear that this is true. I mean, we have real people, real events. So if you haven't heard the story, well, let me tell you, because it's a doozy. And of course, it involves a Southern lady, because ain't nothing gonna stop a Southern woman, not even death. In the heart of Boston Harbor, a granite fortress stands silent watch. This is Fort Warren, a sentinel of American history, built to defend a city but destined to become a prison. Its walls hold stories of soldiers, of conflict, and of a love so powerful it defied an army and echoes through eternity. This is the story of the Lady in Black. Enter Miss Melanie Lenire, a devoted wife from Georgia. Her world is shattered when she learns her husband, a Confederate soldier named Samuel Lenire, has been captured in battle and imprisoned hundreds of miles away at Fort Warren. As the news reaches her, a vow takes root in her heart. It would be her life's mission to set him free. Okay, station break for Sachi. She wants to say hello. Hello, this is the true Lady in Black. Well, she's always in black. With the help of local sympathizers, a daring plan was forged. The message to her husband was simple: hum a favorite Confederate tune when the time is right, and it would be the signal. She would handle the rest. After a perilous journey from Georgia to the coast of Massachusetts, Melanie, her hair cut short and her figure hidden beneath a man's rough clothing, rowed across the dark, cold water to George's Island. When she landed on the shore, she melted into the shadows, her heart pounding, listening for the sound that would guide her. Then she heard it, a low whistled tune drifting from the corridor of dungeons. Following the sound, she found the source, a narrow slit window in the massive granite wall. With the help of her husband's fellow prisoners, a rope was lowered, and Melanie, slight of build, was pulled into the fortress. Inside, a desperate plan took shape. Using the pickaxe Melanie had brought, the prisoners began to dig a tunnel. Their goal to reach the fort's armory, seize the weapons, and fight their way to freedom. For weeks they toiled in secret, but on the very eve of their breakthrough, the faint clink of the pickaxe against stone reached the ears of a Union guard. The alarm was sounded. The tunnel, their only hope, was discovered. As soldiers dragged the Confederate prisoners out one by one, Melanie sprang from the darkness, her pistol aimed at the Union commander, Colonel Justin Dimmick. In the ensuing chaos, the officer slapped the pistol from her hand. It discharged with a deafening crack, but the bullet didn't find its intended mark. Instead, it struck her beloved Samuel. The man she had risked everything to save lay dying at her feet, unalive by her own hand. Melanie was immediately charged with espionage and sentenced to hang. Her only request was to meet her fate not in the man's disguise she wore, but in the dignity of women's clothes. With no other garments available, she was given a black robe, a simple costume from the fort's theatricals. Dressed in black, she was led to the gallows. It is believed she was buried somewhere beneath the fort. But her story doesn't end there. In fact, it was just the beginning. Almost immediately, soldiers began reporting strange sightings: an apparition in a dark, flowing robe wandering the fort's ramparts, her form swaying in the harbor breeze as she searches eternally for her lost husband. She became known as the Lady in Black. But is this story true? For decades, this dramatic tale has been passed down, a staple of Boston folklore. But historians digging into the archives found a different story. There was a real Confederate soldier named Samuel Lanier who died at Fort Warren, but he wasn't a lieutenant from Georgia, no. He was a private from North Carolina, and he didn't die from a stray bullet fired by his wife. The fort's records are clear. Private Samuel Lanier died of disease in January of 1892. There's no record of a Melanie Lenire, no mention of a daring escape attempt. No woman was ever hanged at Fort Warren. The only woman executed by the U.S. government during the Civil War was Mary Surratt for her role in the Lincoln assassination. The legend, it seems, was born in the imagination of the 20th century storyteller Edward Rowe Snow, who first published the tale in 1944. Even Snow himself admitted that he couldn't guarantee any part of it was true, but he was a master of maritime folklore, and The Lady in Black was his most enduring creation. So the story of Melanie Lenire, the devoted wife turned tragic figure, is a legend, a ghost story. But now, what about the ghost? For over a century, visitors, soldiers, even paranormal researchers have reported unexplained phenomena at Fort Warren. The feeling of a cold presence in the cold room near the dark tunnel, the fleeting image of a woman in black. Footsteps are heard in empty corridors. And today, you can take a ferry to George's Island and walk the grounds of Fort Warren. And you yourself can explore the graceful granite archways and shadowy passages. If you're brave enough, you can venture into the pitch black dark tunnel or stand beneath the dark archway where the Lady in Black is said to appear. Is it the ghost of a woman who never existed? Well, probably not. But that makes us wonder, does Fort Warren hold other secrets within its stone heart? The legend may be debunked, but the mystery of the Lady in Black still remains. People are seeing something. Now, I would say, although Mr. Snow penned a story that was what we would today call fake news because he wanted to sell a book, well, that doesn't mean that there wasn't some scary stuff going on around that time. Now, I'm just thinking if a woman had somehow managed to breach Fort Morgan and get inside, I doubt very seriously if they would have announced that. I think that would have been on the down low, a hush hush, because what fort is going to want to admit that their security was so lax a woman could get in? I don't know. What do you all think? But people are saying something. Let me know in the comments. And if you've ever been to Fort Warren, I would love to hear your stories. Now, myself, we have a similar haunted fort in Alabama called Fort Morgan. Now, I have been there. It is a lovely, very serene place. Great for photographs. It is apparently very haunted. I did not sense or feel anything during my visit there, although many people have. I guess I just came on an off day. Maybe the spirits were hiding. It was a lot of fun, though. All right, I'm going to stop this right here because I'm going to let you know that for Halloween this year, I am going to go live. All right. So I'm going to be telling some of your stories, reading some emails. We might watch some TikToks. I don't know. We're just going to have fun. I'm going to dress up. You dress up. Actually, it'd be great if you dress up and send me a picture. I would love to show them. Anyway, I hope to see you on live stream this Friday night, October 31st, 2025. It'll probably be around 6 ish. I'm not really sure. I haven't made a time yet. But I hope you enjoyed this story and this legend. I feel like legends always have a little bit of truth somewhere. The problem is, with history, sometimes we lose the truth and it's replaced by something that really probably isn't as interesting as the real story. So, like Miss Scarlett O'Hara, some things are just gone, gone with the wind. But she might hang out a little while. If she behaves herself, I'll let her stay here for All Hallows Eve. All right. Hope you have a great week. Stay safe out there, whatever you do. Just stay spooky. Bye bye.